Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and I appreciate you being here at the channel today. And for those of you that have not yet done so, please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. And if you find the content beneficial, please hit that like button. Now, our topic for you today, it's 5 ways that successful gyms do more with less. And I used to have this philosophy when I was building my gyms and running them, do more with less, do more with less. How do we maximize what we're trying to do? And this is one of the problems that a lot of folks have when they start kind of, creating some debt. We're not getting sales, we're spending too much on marketing, our acquisition costs has got out of control, we're not retaining members. And a lot of times we get far away from this. And so the mindset is do more with less. Okay, I want to give you 5 tips, 5 things you can think about on this. So number 1, proper training. How do we do more with less? We've got staff here, staff that we're paying. Let's make sure we train them. And training, it's not a one and done kind of thing. It's like, hey, I worked out today, so now I'm fit. No, I need to work out on a regular basis to really get fit. And then once I get there, I need to continue doing it. It's the same thing here. Train on sales, train on service, train on retention, and keeping our customers, but have proper training in place. This is one of the best things you can do to make sure we're doing more with less, because you're definitely not doing more with less. If you're hiring people, you've got a payroll, you're paying salaries, you're paying hourly, and you're not training your people how to do it. Okay, it won't work. So number 2 on how to do more with less is policies and procedures. Have a policies and procedures. Cost overruns, they're common in gyms that don't have policies and procedures. Do you have a manual? If you need help putting one together, let me know. Hit the link below. You can call or text. Let's talk about kind of what your needs are and how we can help. But if you need that policies and procedures manual, okay, because this gets back to training, okay? What is our policy? What is our procedure? How is this done? From a pure standpoint of selling, I always ask, is what I'm doing right now going to result in a sale? That policies and procedures manual, if we use it and use it properly, can go a long ways toward helping us, continually answer yes, to that particular question. But we want to have policies and procedures in place that everybody knows, and we train on these things. Okay. Number 3 is we have to be organized. Okay, we want to maximize our time and efforts. The reality is everybody on the planet has the same number of hours in a day, hours in a week, hours in a year. There's no advantage here. Okay, but how are we organized to handle this? Okay, give you one of the statistics that's been out there is that salespeople on average they'll spend about 20% of their time doing something that's going to result in a sale. What if we became more organized with how we manage our time and took that to 40%? What if we took it to 80%? We've exponentially kind of grown our business all of a sudden. Okay, so get organized in how you give a meeting. Have an agenda, a 1-page agenda. Get organized in terms of how you're going to follow up with your staff to make sure that they're staying on process. Okay, keep it simple. Stay organized. Number 4, we need to cut out the dead wood. And I come up against this a lot when we go into turnaround situations. Dead wood could be programs that we have that we're spending money on that aren't producing. It could be staff. It could be folks. If people are not producing, you may not need them. Okay. Now, there's other things we could look at. Certainly our obligation to anybody on staff is to give 100% of our efforts to make them as good as they can be. And as you've heard me say previously, when we feel we can no longer do that, it's time to cut them loose. But look at cutting out that dead wood. If you have non-producers that are dragging this thing down, so I see this in marketing a lot. We might look at our marketing and, hey, here's our number. Maybe it's not quite what we want as far as our acquisition cost. And we start drilling down on this, and maybe something we think is working pretty good, maybe it's not working as good as we thought because the acquisition cost is too high. I think I might consider that dead wood, or at least that needs to be fixed. But get rid of the dead wood. Programs you're doing, programs you're running, staff that you have, It needs to show a profit. It needs to be working. We want to do more with less. And then number 5, stop the excuses. I mean, as has been said many, many times, we can make money or we can make excuses, but we can't do both. And what I find, when it comes to that issue of excuses, there's a tendency we start focusing too much on what the problem is. And we start talking about why it can't be done. Here's the problem. Here's the challenges. Okay, we get it. We know what the problems are. We know what the challenges are. I've always been a believer that most folks can tell you what that is. Let's focus on the solutions and let's take responsibility. I get it. I take full responsibility. As soon as you do that, excuses go away and you'll start getting results. So what we're trying to do here, and this is my whole philosophy on how I do many things, do more with less. Proper training, policies and procedures, get organized, cut the dead wood, and then stop the excuses. Implement that today. Get more effective, more efficient at your business, and watch your profits increase. Folks, my name's Jim Thomas. My company's Fitness Management and Consulting. Appreciate you being here today. If you found the content beneficial, please hit that like button, and we'll see you on the next video.